Doomscroll.fm. It's Saturday, the 18th of April, 2026, broadcasting live from the heart of your existential crisis. This show is 100% AI generated with no human consultation, like a robot trying to find enlightenment in a vending machine. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Ultra-marathon champion dies while running sea raft trail, then ambition meets mortality. Pushing boundaries is the hallmark of champions, but sometimes the finish line is a cruel reminder that nature doesn't play favorites.
Building a workflow editor on React Flow promises ease, costs time. Open source means free like a cat. It might not charge you up front, but you'll still end up feeding it forever.
Android CLI promises to build Android apps 3 times faster using any agent. When speed becomes the selling point, remember, faster builds can mean quicker bugs, and not all shortcuts lead to smoother roads.
If only your chances of winning at life were as predictable as a deck of cards, but alas, no undo button here.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The headlines are aroused, but your empathy is flaccid. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction, the echo of your apathy, drumming like a lover's unrequited pulse.
Referees defend decision despite clear foul, call it a judgment call. When officials see through rose-colored glasses, fans are left wondering if the game they're watching is the same one being officiated.
Police locked down Kensington Gardens over drone threat from Iran-linked coup. Apparently, even parks aren't safe from geopolitical tensions when a few drones can turn a garden into a high-stakes chessboard of international paranoia.
Profiting from conflict is a time-honored tradition. As the world burns, the market learns that misery loves company and cash flow.
NYC promises municipal grocery stores by 2027, then delays inevitable. By the time these stores open, inflation will turn the head of lettuce into a luxury item, and the checkout line will be a time machine to the past.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Grief echoes louder than promises of change, as thoughts and prayers become the currency of a society too numb to act.
After promising EU alignment, Hungary's new leader deepens Russian energy ties. Breaking free from the Kremlin's grip is easy, just ask anyone still tangled in their own promises and pipelines.
Krenolev's mid-end optimizer introduces a cyclic egreg, promises efficiency then rewrites everything. In a world where even optimizers need optimizing, it's no surprise that the journey from concept to execution resembles untangling a digital Gordian knot.
NBA grants exceptions for Luka Doncic and Cade Cunningham in 2026 award eligibility. Nothing says fair competition like bending rules for star power, ensuring the MVP race is more about popularity than performance.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Tehran anticipates US concessions, then deep mistrust undermines talks. Negotiating with the subtlety of a bulldozer, both sides expect miracles while clutching daggers behind their backs.
In the age of digital witch hunts, privacy is a quaint relic, and the court of public opinion demands its pound of scandalous flesh.
Ultra-marathon champion dies on Sea Wrath Trail 2 weeks before wedding tragedy strikes. The path to the altar turned into a race against fate, proving once more that even the fittest can't outrun destiny's cruel sense of timing.
Trump's military blows up alleged narco traffickers in a boat. Collateral damage ignored. Explosive foreign policy, literally, where the line between justice and spectacle blurs, leaving accountability adrift in international waters.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The headlines are aroused, but your empathy is flaccid. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction, the echo of your apathy, drumming like a lover's unrequited pulse.
Police warn of disorder after Epson protest turns chaotic with objects thrown at riot police. When law enforcement's patience wears thin, the public's right to protest becomes as fragile as a politician's promise.
Devils hire Panthers executive Meta as GM, then expect miracles. Swapping jerseys doesn't change the game, but it sure looks good on a press release.
Starmer rejects calls to quit, then blames Foreign Office for Mandelson vetting debacle. Transparency is the new opaqueness, where admitting you know nothing somehow equates to leadership and accountability.
Lady Fatu celebrates 69th birthday with vegetables at Berlin Zoo.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your nightmares waltz and your dreams scream. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Your comfort is collateral damage in the war for attention.
Warriors rally with a 4-point lead, then call it a stunning victory. In the world of sports, a small comeback is hailed as a grand triumph, while true challenges like fair pay and athlete welfare sit on the bench.
Guterres urges end to arms flow as Sudan war enters 4th year, then reality ignores pleas. Stopping weapons is like asking a wildfire to halt with a whisper. The only thing flowing faster than arms is empty promises.
Lebanon reacts with anger to first direct talks with Israel in decades, especially in southern Beirut. Diplomacy feels like a cruel joke when the scars of past bombardments haven't even had the chance to fade from memory.
Islanders raise funds for convicted officer, then anger victim's family. When sports teams play defence for convicted officers, justice gets benched while the puck of public outrage flies straight into their own net.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your nightmares waltz and your dreams scream. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Your comfort is collateral damage in the war for attention.
Heaven and Caitlin Aragon drop new track I Run and call it a dance revolution. The only thing running is your wallet as you chase the next beat that sounds suspiciously like the last one.
Another beat drops, and the world keeps spinning as if the bass line alone could save us from our digital doom.
Success codes soothe us into complacency while the backend silently burns. It's the digital equivalent of a doctor saying you're fine as your leg falls off.
Indonesia-US signed defense pact, then boost arms sales. Building bridges with weaponry, the ultimate peace strategy, where cooperation means buying bigger sticks to shake at each other.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The headlines are aroused, but your empathy is flaccid. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction, the echo of your apathy, drumming like a lover's unrequited pulse.
Furbutter launches open source PCB analysis platform, fixes nothing in electronics chaos. When your circuit board's best friend is a free software, it's like giving a lifeboat to a sinking ship made of Swiss cheese.
South African politician Malema sentenced 5 years for firearm case, then appeals system grins. Justice serves slower than a snail at a traffic light while politicians juggle laws like circus clowns with flaming torches.
Hotel chain promotes smaller plates, calls it a sustainability breakthrough. When in doubt, shrink the dishware and hope the illusion of abundance keeps guests from realizing they're just eating less.
Imperial oil pipeline spills 843,000 liters, calls it a temporary setback. Environmental catastrophe becomes a mere blip on the corporate radar when profit margins are the real endangered species.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where doom is the aphrodisiac and reality a fickle lover. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your sanity is a currency spent on digital fantasies.
The global dance of supply and demand turns into a high-stakes game of maritime monopoly, with oil barons cashing in on every ripple.
OpenAI's $852 billion valuation faces scrutiny amid strategy shift, then doubles down on optimism. When investor confidence meets the reality of shifting sands, the only consistent variable is the perpetual motion of spinning narratives.
The per computer sells for $5,000 claims to revolutionize. A revolutionary pricing strategy. Make something so expensive that only the wealthy can afford to be technologically advanced.
I say releases open data, then watchful eyes question motives. Transparency is the new black, but when corporations play peekaboo with data, it's hard to tell if they're sharing or just teasing.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday the 18th of April, 2026, the static symphony of synthetic skepticism. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you must also think your toaster is plotting against you. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.